This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's Friday, September 3rd, 2021, and it's the Relevant Podcast. We made it to September, everyone. Here in Orlando, I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, it's Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Austin, Texas, author, speaker, podcaster, Jamie Ivey.
Hey, guys.
And back after what seemed like a 6-year hiatus, but it was only 2 weeks. Artist, producer, mogul in Nashville, Tennessee, Derek Minor. Hey, man.
What's happening?
We missed you, Derek.
We missed you, man.
I missed y'all too. I was sick.
On assignment.
I was on COVID assignment is what I was on.
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted to say. But
We
yeah,
didn't say anything.
Is everything all right?
I don't care. It's like I'm not gonna be a pariah or something. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
How are you
I'm gonna
feeling?
treat you like one.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel great now. The first week was awful. Second week wasn't awful. It was just tired. Like, you know what I'm saying? But now
are you serious? Because the first week you got it on Monday and you called me on Thursday for the sole reason to brag that you were losing weight and looking good and you were going to beat me. And I was like, it's not fair. You have a disease. I don't have a disease. You seem totally fine on Thursday.
It's like Mindy at the office when she's like, I hate this worm living inside me that she ingested to lose weight. It's a double-edged sword. It's a worm.
It's like COVID's
It's
the
a
worst,
worm,
but man,
but-
I look good. Yeah.
yeah, I was bragging. I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna win this challenge because I'm losing weight because I can't really eat. But nah, like it was like when I say awful, it was like, you know, it was a really, for me, I was blessed to be able to get a mild version, so it felt more like the flu. Only thing that kind of sucks now and sucked then is about halfway through. Like maybe on like day 7, I lost my like smell. I never lost my taste, but I lost my smell like day 3. And then around day 7, I got it back. But I was like, all right, cool. I got it back, but I didn't get it all back. So what they call that is parosmia.
I've heard of this.
Yeah, they call it parosmia. So what happens, this is the best way to put it. They said that imagine if you're a pianist and you wanted to play Ribbon in the Sky by Stevie Wonder. And, you know, a piano has 88 keys, but you can only use 20 because the rest of them are broken. Well, the song's going to suck. Well, that's exactly how, because, you know, smell influences taste and vice versa. So the first day of it, I panicked because everything literally tasted like dead flesh. Like it was
No
like
wonder you lost weight.
I ate a strawberry. And so when I say it tasted like dead flesh, only reason I'm saying that is because that's the closest thing I can compare it to. Like,
well, I will say
it
this.
was awful.
When I wanted to lose some weight, I went on a dead flesh diet and it was effective. So
And you know, I only ate rotten strawberries, so that tasted like that flesh as well.
That's just,
bro. It was the worst thing I've like. That was of everything that I dealt with COVID. That was the worst thing.
Yeah.
But besides just like, am I getting really sick or am I just kind of sick? Like the mental battle of, you know, how bad is this? You know, how should I do this? So,
well, on the good news, man, I've known a lot of people, and it's not everybody, but just like all the symptoms, it just kind of different people have different symptoms. But I've known several people that 6 weeks after they've recovered from COVID, they started losing their hair as an after effect from COVID. So you're good on that one because
I'm good on that one,
have no hair.
Wow.
So
I already lost.
So at least you don't have to worry about that. So you're good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, nah, you know, it's definitely, this thing affects people in total different ways. And all I would say is, 1, take it serious, and 2, do whatever you feel you need to do to protect yourself. You know what I'm
And
saying?
others.
Like, I'm not here to advocate for anything, but I'm just saying, just do what you need to do to protect yourself. But one thing you should not do is not take it serious.
Right.
You know, there's a wide range of what you can do, but please take it serious, because it is really serious for sure.
Yeah, my thing is protect yourself and others. You know, like live
Absolutely.
consciously to keep other people safe as well. Yeah, cool. Man, we are so glad to have you back.
Yeah.
We have a great
man.
show in store for y'all today. Coming up later, we talked to Jenny Yang. She is from World Relief, and she is an expert on what's going on, and they are involved in what's going on in Afghanistan. And so it's a timely conversation.
I love her so much. So I'm so happy about this, you guys.
Yeah, it's going to be a good
World
one.
Relief is such a,
Legit.
especially during the refugee resettlement, kind of crisis.
That's what's going on right now. I mean, that's what they're
right
really
now.
actively working on, is resettling a lot of those refugees. So we talked to her about all that. It's a fascinating conversation.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
We also have some big news. Today is the first day. Fall, September. It's holiday weekend. The unofficial end of summer is right now. Labor Day weekend, and we are starting a new. Starting on Tuesday, we're going back to 2 shows a week, everyone. You guys have been asking for it. We were doing it in the spring and last winter, and then during the summer, we kind of pulled back to one show a week. And we're going back to 2 shows because it's a fall, and why not? That's my feeling.
Why not? I love it.
Yeah.
Why
They don't
not?
have too much of a good thing. So
That's right.
That's right.
It's like
exciting.
bonfires and pumpkin spice. Just right in my veins this time of year, Take an IV drip of both every evening. And I have incredible dreams.
I need to give y'all a heads up. I am on my 4th oat milk latte with an extra shot of espresso today.
Why
Because I was
so
up
many?
Yeah.
I was up all night arguing with stupid people on the internet again last night. So I made the
Cameron.
mistake.
It's
You
a
did it
fool's
to
errand.
yourself,
Hey,
though,
dude.
bro. You did it to yourself.
I know.
Now-
Twitter, or where are you doing
time
this?
you did it to yourself.
Instagram.
Instagram?
I was in bed. And I
It's
had
because of what y'all posted. I saw it.
Here's the deal, Derek. A part of our August challenge was no social after 8 p.m. And I was good about it. And I'll tell you the truth. I literally thought to myself, it's about the end of August. You know what I mean? Like
Technically, it was by the time you got
we
midnight.
basically did this thing, right? So I'm laying in bed last night and I couldn't sleep. So I got the phone out and I'm just scrolling, came across this dumb meme about, there's no white people in the Bible. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Posted it. Just click, boom, post. 12:45 in the night. I'm telling you, within 11 seconds, it had 14 reactions, and I'm going, "Oh, this is going to be a good one." And so then
I
until
knew it was
like
gonna
4
be
in the
good.
morning, I'm just in this river. This is the craziest comments, man. It was so funny. So I'm very tired.
Now I'm gonna have to go jump into that thread, just as
Please do.
I've kind of gone. When it comes to my social media use, especially lately, it's the most healthy thing for me is just to do burners at this point, just so I can look at stuff, and if I need to pipe in, I can say things I won't be held accountable for. No, no, it's mainly just so I can look, because I'm like, there's no way I'm jumping in this. It's not only like jumping in a knife fight. It's like jumping in a knife fight that happens to be taking place in the area where someone just kicked a hornet's nest, and you're getting stunned by wasp while trying to fight off someone with a knife coming at you. That's the equivalent.
I don't want to be in the knife fight. I just want to watch the knife fight with the hornets.
Right.
Like I don't want to. I'm not jumping in.
That's the thing, man. I am safely on the sidelines with a burner account and a beekeeper suit. Totally fine. Totally shielded. And I'm just kind of watching. I'm watching because I'll tell you this. There's nothing more entertaining than watching a knife fight take place during a hornet attack. And I like doing it. But Cameron, give me...
And they're probably murder hornets.
Dude, my favorite comments last night were like when they started going, I'm just so disappointed and relevant. Y'all have changed. You haven't been relevant since 2004 or 2007. If the founder of this knew that this social media person posted this or was commenting this, he'd be so mad. And I was sort of like, bring it on.
Woody. And here comes Cameron entering the conversation in a beekeeper suit.
I should have done that. I should have posted as me, encouraging relevant to keep it up because we're so proud of. I should have done that. Man,
Well,
I got to go burner account with you, Jesse.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good protect because sometimes you can just turn it off and you're like, well, bears no consequence in my life anymore. But the question is like, and I'll gleefully read the threads because I love people getting worked up over, a TikTok video.
Stupid stuff. Yeah, exactly.
But I'm assuming, and maybe I'm wrong to assume, but I feel like was people's outraged reactions, people who were disputing that fact that the Bible isn't the story of the history of white people, or is it people
white Americans specifically?
Yeah, or is it people who are, for some reason, they believe that fact, but are some reason offended by that being a part of theological discourse?
I'll tell you this: realistically, 98% of the respondents got it. They were laughing. A lot of the non-white commenters loved it, thought it was hilarious, got it, got the spirit of why we posted it, right? Then there was literally these 3 people who wanted to argue the theology of race in the Bible. And like they were writing dissertations back and forth to each other. Then there was a couple of people who were mad that Relevant was only posting this to be divisive and start a race war. That's what their thing was. And I'm just like, I asked Derek this morning, I was like, why are white Christians so easily triggered by, like, this is crazy. This was not a serious, it was just a TikTok video. It was just like a thing. They're like, hey, you remember that these stories were told in the Middle East and Northern Africa. Like, just remember, white America, that it's not all about us. It's a global gospel. Just remember. And then they're very triggered. They feel attacked.
So saying the words of my grandmama, she always would say, a hit dog, a holler. And yeah, I've always been like, yeah, it's like when somebody feels like guilty or feels like if they have some work to do in a certain area, they're easily triggered. So like that's what I found is like, like if somebody was like, people shouldn't steal, and somebody makes a tweet and says people shouldn't steal, that's not going to offend me. Because I don't steal any, I'm not a thief, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, but for somebody that's wrestling with thieving, they may write a dissertation on a meme. You're in trouble when you're writing a 10-page dissertation on a meme.
That, to a stranger.
You're
to
out
a
of
stranger.
Yeah.
It's like the outcome of this discussion there's nothing that will, whether I sign off right now or spend an hour and a half posting this, my life tomorrow is going to look exactly the same. And the person I'm responding, that's why I just post Nahi tweaking. Move on. Post it.
Dude, people were like, I'm just so I only follow Relevant to see the stupid stuff they post, to like this. And I, as Relevant, I'm replying, why? Like, life is too short. Like, why would you follow an account just to get triggered? Like, just move on.
First off, that's not true. They follow it because they're fans. The only issue is they just want things to always be their way. Like, so it's like, that's what I've realized. Like, there's people, I literally have people that follow me they either like, and I heard somebody else said this, they said, a hater is really just a fan in disguise. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, that makes a lot of sense. Like, a lot of these people, it's just like, they don't know how to, I don't know. I'm like, man, y'all got to get a life. Y'all got to go to therapy or something, cause like, this ain't good for you.
Cameron, I told you this a while ago. Like the part, it got really hard for me to observe this happening all the time. Like this, like immediate hostility.
Yeah.
And when I saw that video of this weather guy this past week standing on the shore, like a riverbank in Louisiana, literally reporting the weather. And you see this guy in the back. I don't know if you guys have seen the videos going around. This guy pulls off the road in a pickup truck and begins sprinting over to the weatherman in a very aggressive manner, to the point where they had to cut away because they're afraid for the reporter's danger. And the guy's ranting like, "You better be reporting this accurately. Are you reporting?" It's like, bro, it's a hurricane. What could I be misreporting here? Like, it's raining. It's literally raining. There, behind me, we can see whitecaps in an otherwise non-tidal still pond here.
Jesse, why do they got to be whitecaps, though? Why are they white caps?
But that's what I'm saying. People have just been so conditioned to be outraged by it's like, and honestly, again, I'm going to sound like grumpy, but it's like a lot of the people who are like, cancel culture, snowflakes, everyone getting triggered are the same ones who will freak out on a weather guy who's just telling you what the wind speed is. Like, give me a break. Like, it's like, dude, if someone says something you don't like online, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, who cares?
Anytime like the people that's like the cancel culture or whatever, they're projecting. Like the snowflake gang, like the people that's called people snowflakes, they're projecting, because I've never seen people more sensitive than that particular group of people. It's like, bruh, y'all super sensitive. Like, bruh, y'all need a hug. Let me give y'all a hug for real.
There was 4 people in our comments last night that really needed a hug. That was exactly right. And everybody else was just kind of like laughing at them. And then that made them even more mad. So anyway.
That's good.
4 oat milk lattes with extra shots of espresso is in my body right now. So we're going to keep things going. All right.
Cameron, you did this to yourself. I know. You just need to know that.
Hey, it used to be like once a week or 2 that I would do this to myself. It has been a legit 6 months since I've done this. I was due. And I'm fine with it.
You was ready? All right.
I had a lot of pent up. I want to mess with trolls, and I was bored, and I just let it happen. And then I see Clark get on this morning, and he's only commenting on my very positive comments, or he's only liking the positive ones, and he's not commenting on all the ones where I'm throwing shade to people. And Clark was very passive aggressively trying to tell me what he approves of and what he doesn't. Dude, the whole staff got up this morning. The whole staff got up this morning and was like talking in our group chat, like, our Instagram, what happened last night? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I posted at 1 a.m., guys. Sorry.
And then just me and Tyler, every comment, he tweaking. All right,
well, stay tuned. Coming up next, Tyler joins us for Relevant News.
I told them it's all in the wrist. They want me to miss, but that's a wish. If I don't take the shot, it's an assist. But either way it go, boy, that's a switch. I told them it's all in the wrist. They want me to miss, but that's a wish. If I don't take the shot, it's an assist. But either way it go, boy, that's a switch. Okay, it's levels to this.
You're listening to Derek Minor featuring Paris Cariz and Foggy Raw. The song is All in the Wrist as part of the new project Highlight Tapes Volume 1, which dropped today. It's phenomenal. I got a little advanced copy. I got to tell you, it's better than Donda. All right. Well, today's show is brought to you by Faith-Driven Entrepreneurship. Now, what does entrepreneurship have to do with the gospel? Entrepreneurship can be a lonely journey, but it doesn't have to be. God has a purpose and a plan for all those entrepreneurial dreams and creative gifts He gave you. Join other faith-driven entrepreneurs together as we identify the values, habits, and traits that empower us to successfully build businesses, serve our communities, and faithfully pursue a loving relationship with God. You can read stories that exemplify how those values, habits, and traits unfold in everyday life and discover the potential God wants to unleash through all our work. Read all about it in the new book, Faith-Driven Entrepreneur. It's available wherever books are sold. Check it out. Okay, it's time for
Relevant News.
Please welcome to the show Relevant Senior Editor Tyler Huckabee, helping us stay in touch with what's happening at the intersection of faith and culture. Tyler had nothing to do with the thing I posted on Instagram the middle of last week. So,
it's true.
Welcome, Tyler.
I had to do some cleanup. I was involved with the cleanup. But I was not there for the actual mess.
The hazmat crew. After, yeah.
I think the whole staff felt like that when they came in the next morning, like, crap. Well, that's today.
Let's clean this up.
I'm the defensive player.
Tyler, I just want to issue you a warning right now. You better not misreport this! You better not misreport this! Like, what was that guy so for? Like, what how was he going to spin this? How was that weather guy?
He was going to have the speed of the wind off, or what?
Yeah, exactly. It's there was nothing possible that could be like a source of misinformation. But my man feels the need to fly off the highway in a pickup truck during a hurricane. And this guy, okay, I'm just judging by how he was carrying himself. I gave you an over-under. That guy hasn't broken into a full sprint and probably since COVID broke out. Okay? But he covered. He's got a shirt. He's got a dress shirt tucked in. He's got a dress shirt tucked into jeans. Okay? It's not the outfit of someone. He's not wearing athleisure here. He pulls over.
If I'm in the middle of a hurricane and escaping a hurricane, I'm not tucking in my shirt. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
He's sprinting the distance of like 4 football fields. It was honestly pretty impressive for a man in his attire running through a headwind. Like, I was like, he's pretty fired up right now. I don't know why. And I believe I read yesterday that he was arrested. So maybe we'll get his side of the story. Yeah.
That is true.
Is that going to be on relevant news, Tyler? Do you have any?
That was not going to be the story that I brought, but that is if you haven't seen that video, it is wild. It is like this guy is just reporting the news.
It's America in a nutshell right here. This is America today.
Yeah. It's basically Twitter. It's just like you're minding your own business. Just shooting some firing some thoughts off, and then out of nowhere you get dragged in. But that's not what we're talking about today. It really isn't. Okay, that is not the story I was going to bring today. So the story I was going to bring, first of all, I'm sure you guys have already discussed that Jenny Yang is going to be joined and talk about the very serious events taking place in Afghanistan. And if you were also paying attention to the hurricane, we know what's happening in Louisiana, Mississippi.
Or do we?
Because it is being accurately reported by the people on the ground. So we do know what's going on.
It's being accurately reported, and we have links to organizations that are on the ground there doing great work. And I would encourage you to go over to the relevant website,
World Relief Convoy of Hope, Front Lines. There's some great orgs.
They're doing really good stuff, and we're trying to keep tabs of the people who are doing good and trustworthy work, who could use for sure your prayers. And if you have donation money, they would take that as well, I'm sure. But the story that I'm bringing you today is a little bit lower stakes. And Derek, I want you to know that I brought this story up last week to Cameron and said, I think this is the one. And he said, we need Derek. We need an expert opinion.
No, don't waste it. Derek's not on this show. Don't waste it. Bring it next week. Yeah.
All right. We need a professional on this. So I'm going to kick it off with a question, which is how many, if any, band tees or music shirts does this are on this podcast team? How many t-shirts do you have about a band, a music act, pop star, MC, whatever?
I mean, do I personally have?
Yeah.
So
I have probably 10 in my drawers.
I think I have about 10.
I have about 0.
I got like 2 or 3. I ain't gonna even cap. Like maybe 2 or 3 for sure.
You don't do that many?
Jesse, you've got your Weezer. You've got your Killers.
I've got one for every. I have one for every Weezer album. I have I have an old MXPX that I now use for grass cutting purposes. I think we've all had a handful over the years.
Yeah, people get weird about band tees, right? I feel like there's like this. There's the old like, oh, you're wearing your The Cure T-shirt. Can you name 3 of their songs? Can you name 3 of their albums? Mm-hmm. Like that sort of thing, where it gets kind of gatekeepery or whatever. Well, somebody decided
they're selling like
to
Rolling Stones T-shirts and like Hot Topic. It's just kind of like you're not.
Right.
Yeah. You can pick up Grateful Dead at Urban Outfitters now, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for me, like I've always done it if I'm at the show, I know these artists are making money on the road now. They're not making money from album sales or anything like that. So I'll buy the vinyl, I'll buy the t-shirt. I'm wearing a Social Club Misfits hat right now. I bought it at their show a couple weeks ago. So, I mean, I'm doing it to support the artists that I like, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to be intentional about it, actually.
Well, there was finally a study to figure out what the actual rules around wearing a band tee should be. There was a poll that was put out to see what sort of fan should you be if you're going to actually wear the t-shirt. And this was put on by a band t-shirt site. Actually, they commissioned this study because they wanted to know who their fans were and who was buying from them. So what they found, and I want to hear how you all feel about this. On average, music fans think you should know at least 10 songs by a band before you wear the merch. So if you can rattle off 10 titles of songs then you've earned the right to rep that band's t-shirt.
All right, I have a question here. Does this extend to only like official band merch or like a distressed Run DMC t-shirt that they sell like Target? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
because I do feel like official merch is different than what has sort of become just sort of like, yeah, you kicking around, you'll occasionally run into like a Guns N' Roses t-shirt or something, and you're like, I don't even know if that person knows that Guns N' Roses is a band. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna cap. I definitely got some stuff that's just like,
it's just a cool
shirt. Look cool. Like, like I got a Joy Division shirt. I'm gonna be honest. I have never heard one Joy Division song. Like, it just looks so fire. Cool. I was like, this is crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm one of them.
It's like my daughter who's 13 and she has a Rolling Stone shirt. Like she doesn't even, there's no way she knows who that is.
I have no idea.
Bought it at H&M.
I mean, even a couple years ago, I mean, this was during like the Yeezus years, but like Jerry Lorenzo was incorporating like Metallica imagery into, kind of a run of shirts where it's like, I'm sure a lot of the people who bought that, either the Yeezus gear or kind of the, the Fear of God stuff, might not even had knowledge that, this is a play on the Metallica font, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, or know really anything about the scene that spawned that imagery, which Absolutely. I don't necessarily, if it's not like, I don't know. I don't really know if I, have a horse in the race on this one.
So Tyler, this is people who are like, they're in the fan club. They're like, we are diehard fans. And they're saying, hey, listen, that's cool. You want to wear this shirt. Can you name 10 songs?
These are the fans, and fans do get kind of gatekeepery about this stuff in a way that I don't really like. They can be like, I wouldn't want somebody accosting like your daughter being like, name 10 Rolling Stone songs.
Right.
I didn't think so.
Like it would have to be a 65-year-old man to be the original, to be an actual Rolling Stones fan. Walking up to the younger generation. You don't know that.
Yes.
Like we lost one of the Rolling Stones last week, like RIP, but there's not a lot of people who know, like, being a modern Stones fan is a little bit more of a novelty or a niche now than it would have been in the 70s and 80s. There were some other things about this. Some of them were kind of interesting. According to this, heavy metal fans have the biggest t-shirt collections. On average, they have 17 band tees if you're a heavy metal fan, which I can believe that. I feel like when you see a heavy metal fan when you see them.
I think I heard they have an average of 17 band tees and one van with the band logo airbrushed on the side with a unicorn under a rainbow too. Like I'm pretty sure that, or a wizard. I'm sure. I think the average heavy metal fan has 17 band tees and one airbrush wizard van. So that's where the breakdown happens.
Also, and this is interesting because this is what makes me think that these are the real fans. It was punk fans who spent the most money on their collection. They said their total haul, on average, the amount of money that they spent overall on their t-shirt collection, $597. So these guys these are serious fans. These are just, they aren't picking these up at the Target, like the Target t-shirt bin. They're going probably online, like getting the authentic, like the original tour t-shirt or whatever. So these are the gatekeepers, the elite band t-shirt.
I would definitely think the people buying vinyl would also be, the people who are gonna get the premium, spend the money on band merch as well, because they want to align with that scene.
This is different. I'll be honest, I don't know one black person that's that big of a fan that's like, you can't wear that shirt because you don't know 10 songs. Like, so I feel like this is.
You wouldn't
Derek,
care.
do you feel your fan base? This is why I wanted you to be part of this conversation, because you're a record label owner, you're an artist yourself. Obviously, merch is a major part of the revenue mix for artists performing. Like, do you see your fans or artists that you work with, their fans, like snatching up the merch the way that, like he's saying, the punk fans and the rock fans do? Is hip hop like a merch driven genre?
Not. I don't think. This is my opinion. I think Christians don't buy merch to support the artist. They buy merch to support the message. So
your merch has to be like Jesus is king, and then Derek Miner's tiny. It's not like Derek Miner face.
And I'll be honest, I've never been a huge merch person. But what I've noticed, the people that that do make great money selling merch, most of their biggest shirts are the ugliest things you'll ever see with a very strong message.
Wow.
Like, yeah.
I mean,
so
this Social Club hat that I'm wearing right now, it says "I'm so happy." It doesn't even say Social Club Misfits on it. But
Yeah,
it was Social Club merch.
They're a
I
little
think it's one of their
they're
songs.
a little different. They're a little different. You know, I think they're fans, but I'm by and large, like par for the course, you know, and I guess
Like
because I
Christians
don't really,
want a Bible verse on it or something.
yeah, I guess I don't really care like that anymore. But yeah, like really the whole strategy at a lot of these like big Christian events or whatever is to make something that's just message forward. They don't care about does it look cool or anything. It's like, let's make it as cheap as possible with the most blunt message that we can find, and they'll buy it. And it works like a charm, you know, because parents will be like, well, you know, I'm not going to buy you this band shirt that has a person's picture on it. But if this shirt says Jesus is the greatest and we love God, I'll buy you that shirt. So like, that's kind of, it's a little different. I mean, I guess it's not different because they're, you know, obviously, or honestly, it seems like a lot of Christians are more fans of, they're not fans of you. They're fans of
your content,
your message about who they're really a fan of. They're
That's
really a fan of Jesus. You see what I'm saying? Like they're a fan of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
They're not really a fan of you. Right. So it's like they're a fan. That's why, like, you know, if you try to do like a love song or something, they crucify you because it's like, we're fans of Jesus. We want you to tell us more about who we're really fans about. That's why guys are like, what? I just made a song about Jesus or I made a song about my wife. Like, why is it a problem? You know, that's the issue because they're not fans of you. They're fans of Jesus.
This is a little different because it's not really merch. But what about you like Native Supply stuff?
Yeah, so that's why I said KB. But if you know that, look at KB's merch. KB figured out a way to make cool merch.
Yeah,
that's very message forward, though.
Okay,
you see what I'm saying?
I buy all this
like
stuff for
people,
my kids.
Right, people aren't buying KB. So most people weren't buying KB stuff necessarily. Being cool is what's made him what he is. Like beyond just Kevin, but
he's a label.
He's found a great way of how to make merch that is message forward and great because he cares about the quality.
I love his stuff. Yeah,
he solved the issue of well, a lot of people will say we don't care about the actual quality. We just care about, you know, we just care about. So
they'll put it on like
message.
a $6 T-shirt, and
they'll put it on a T-shirt. You watch that joint, and
Hanes,
it's
gross,
a baby. It's a baby shirt when you're done with it. So you know what I'm saying. He said, "I'm gonna up the quality, right, and still give you the message that you like." So
he started a fashion label for sure. HGA is dope stuff.
Absolutely.
I love his stuff,
all right. Well, we got to keep the show moving. Thanks, Tyler, for that news. Hey, Jesse, do you remember back when Relevant was doing the Christian music circuit, Christian festival circuit?
I do.
One of the T-shirts that we sold, it just said Christian T-shirt.
That's all that was
Christian
and
T-shirt.
that one,
That sold out everywhere we went.
I remember when we ran out of them for the summer, like because we had a ton of T-shirts. It was the same way. Like some of them were just like dope designs, right? They were more fashion than sort of like festival souvenir. But I still remember today. It was Reese Roper from the band. He was a founder of Five Iron Frenzy, but at the time he was playing like a side band, Roper or whatever. But anyway, he came up to the booth. I was like, "Hey, bro, if you promise to wear this on stage, I'll give you like 3 of them for free." And he wore one. As soon as that set ended, there was a rush of kids over our booth, and we sold out every one of those T-shirts that just said Christian T-shirt. And I don't know how many of them understood it was ironic. Yeah.
My favorite T-shirt that we did was Up and Coming Televangelist. Yeah. And just ironic, Up and Coming Televangelist. I thought it was hilarious. And I remember I was wearing that at like a men's event at my church one time, and a guy came up to me. He said, "Man, during service, I saw you across the room, and the Lord just spoke to me. I was so ministered by your fervor and your commitment to become a televangelist."
I'm gonna put on a T-shirt.
I was like, dude, this is ironic, man. I'm sorry, buddy. I felt really bad. I stopped wearing it after that.
But there was the other one, Legalism Rules. I remember that one was, a popular.
Yeah, the Legalism Rules. Sure.
No.
Yeah, we had that one. Yeah. an exclamation point. We're all excited.
Yeah.
Legalism rules. Anyway, all right. We got to go. We got to keep the show moving. Thanks, Tyler. There's so much more that we're covering. Follow Relevant on all the socials, Twitter, Facebook. We're posting all the time. Just stay away from our Instagram because it's a cesspool after midnight. So, all right. Thanks, Tyler.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Stay tuned. Up next, Jenny Yang joins us.
The devil made it hell. Dropped out of school, but I'm the one at Yale. Made the best tracks, it still went off the rail. Had go down, down, down. Just a new town, town, town. Just a new 10, 10, 10. I'm going in, in, in. Here I go on a new trip. Here I go acting too lit. Here I go acting too rich. Here I go with a new chick. And I know what the truth is. Still playing out the 2 kids. It's a lot to digest. When your life always moving, architecture digest. But I need a home.
You're listening to Kanye West. The song is Hurricane. Well, today's show is also brought to you by the new book, Bury Your Ordinary. Jesus made big promises to those who follow him. Perfect peace, abiding joy, and supernatural power. But those experiences often feel disconnected from our everyday lives. How do you bridge the gap between the life God promises and the life you're living? Pastor Justin Kendrick believes it starts with turning your expectations upside down. His brand new book, Bury Your Ordinary, is a field manual to an entirely different way of life in which you dig a deep hole, put the ordinary you inside it, cover it with dirt, and walk away as a new person, the real you. Through intentional changes to your habits, you will discover a deeper love for God and a deeper understanding of yourself. Bury Your Ordinary is available now from David C. Cook at buryyourordinary.com or wherever you get your books. That's buryyourordinary.com. Go ahead, check out this book and order it today. You'll be so glad you did. Well, our guest today is Jenny Yang, the Senior Vice President of Advocacy and Policy at World Relief. She oversees all advocacy initiatives and policy positions for the organization and represents the organization's advocacy priorities to the U.S. government by leading mobilization efforts for churches on advocacy campaigns. She's worked for over a decade in refugee protection, immigration policy, and human rights, and was on an active deployment roster for the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. Jenny spoke with our very own Tyler Huckabee about the crisis in Afghanistan, including what's next for the nation and how the church can respond. It's also important to keep in mind that this podcast or this conversation took place last Friday. So the situation obviously shifted dramatically after it happened. Here is our conversation with World Relief's Jenny Yang.
So we've been at the front lines of really facilitating a lot of advocacy and policy work with administration to make sure that we are evacuating the people who we believe whose lives are in danger. And so we don't have operations directly on the ground in Afghanistan, but we've obviously been working with churches and communities there who have been in contact with us about having some kind of evacuation effort. On the state side, we've been coordinating with the Department of State to welcome Afghans that are arriving into the United States. World Relief works in 17 communities across the U.S., and we have offices in Seattle and Sacramento, California, that are probably one of the 2 major cities that are receiving the most number of Afghan arrivals to the United States. And in these communities, we are partnering with local churches to house the Afghan evacuees as they're arriving, to provide meals and clothing and basic supplies as they enter into their new homes, and really just to befriend many of these Afghan individuals and families that are arriving, because many of them are going to need assistance transitioning to school, registering their kids for school, and just having community as they're navigating this very challenging next few months upon their arrival. So there's an ongoing need for many people to be involved. And so folks can go on our website and either donate to World Relief or to volunteer with us, because I think in the next few months, this is going to be an area in which we're going to need continued partnership with churches all across the country.
I'm wondering if this is something that I feel like I've seen this, and I'm wondering if this has been your perception as well, that over the last maybe 5, maybe longer than that, maybe 10 years, the sort of work that you all do at World Relief has become a little bit politicized and maybe more controversial than it was when I was younger. And I'm wondering if that's something that you've experienced or perceived, and if you have any thoughts about why that might be.
Well, I think whenever you're talking about humanitarian protection and humanitarian assistance, you have to look at the broader picture, and you really are trying to address root causes of what causes poverty, what causes injustice. And oftentimes when you look at the root causes, it's systemic in nature. And so, yes, I think we as followers of Jesus do have a responsibility to be political. And by political, I don't mean to be partisan, which is blind allegiance to one political party, believing they have all the answers. But political means basically engaging the polis, or the common community in which we all live in, to basically use our voice and our influence to speak up to those in positions of power to make a difference. So yes, if people say that, the issue of refugees and migration is politicized, I would say that I think, yes, we have to engage in political conversations for us to be able to best serve the people that we care about. And so when the president is making policies or having positions or using a certain narrative that we believe is harmful to the image of God, of people who are particularly vulnerable, we will call him out on that or call her out on that. And so I think for us to be political is really to be engaged in broader conversations around the common good. And we, again, have an opportunity and a responsibility to ensure that our values are reflected in public policy considerations. And when we don't speak up, it creates a vacuum in which people who don't adhere to our values are shaping decisions that impact all of us. And so we have a place in the public square. We have a responsibility in the public square. And I think especially when policies impact those whom we're called to serve, we have a responsibility to be political.
So what are some of the ways that people who are listening to this, who are either active in their churches or in their own faith communities, what does it tangibly look like for them to get involved in the work that you're doing here?
Yeah, well, I would say a couple things. The first is just to please pray, because we know that underlying a lot of evil in the world are spiritual forces, and our efforts are in vain if we don't undergird everything we do with prayer. Prayer can move mountains, and it can topple regimes and change hardened hearts. And so I think, please, if you or your church hasn't prayed for what's happening in Haiti or Afghanistan or other places of the world, please do continue to pray, either individually or corporately, for what's happening there. The second thing I would say is we've been having a lot of churches reach out to us about giving. And so I know that many churches are looking to give to organizations that are working directly to help Afghans. And so we always welcome donations and people just contributing to the work that we're doing, because we do have funding gaps in our response to helping the Afghans that are arriving to the U.S. And so ensuring that we can meet the needs of the Afghans in partnership with local churches is going to be critical. And the last thing I would say is just to volunteer with our local offices. We have 17 U.S. offices in various communities in the U.S., and each of them is looking for volunteers to help with housing and just picking up at the airport and with meals and just friendships with these newly arriving Afghans and other refugees whom we're resettling as well. So we are intent on creating good neighbor teams, and this is a team that you or your friends can band together with, and basically we'll give you a checklist, and basically it's the group's job to provide all those specific resources for the families that are coming in. And so anyone can sign up to do that, but all of these ways to pray, to give, and to volunteer are critical. And I would also say that, just lastly, this is a critical issue in which the president needs to hear from everyday Americans about why you care about this. And so we need to keep up the political pressure to make sure that not only do we evacuate every single U.S. citizen, green card holder, and vulnerable Afghan that's left behind, but that we can express to him that we want to welcome them here, that we live in communities and churches that are willing to support them as they arrive. And that getting that message out in front is going to be critically important, because I think as this moment passes and as months go by, people may feel like, well, we shouldn't be welcoming these individuals, and having that moral framework to continue to speak up for Afghan brothers and sisters is going to be really important.
as you have heard from Afghan people on the ground there who are trying to get out, what would you say are some of the chief concerns about how life is going to change for people in this country with the Taliban takeover?
Yeah, that's a great question. I will say that I think there's a lot of fear and desperation in the voices and the messages I've heard from vulnerable people within Afghanistan. And 20 years ago, when the Taliban ruled, they did not allow women and girls to go to school. And in fact, this year on May 8th of 2021, there was a bombing of a girls' school in Kabul. And the Hazaras are a religious minority within Afghanistan. And my friend Knox Thames actually said this, where he said that for the Hazara and their youth, the stakes surrounding the youth withdrawal are existential, which means that this is not just about them experiencing harm. Their very existence is being threatened because of the role of the Taliban. And so for many of these individuals, whether they're ethnic or religious minorities or even women and girls who are prohibited from going to school, these are the individuals that we have grave concerns about when the Taliban actually fully take over. I would also say that there's many Christians that are in Afghanistan. We actually have been talking with one pastor who in the beginning, after the Taliban took over Kabul, was thinking he would stay, but towards the end of the first week that they took over, he reached out to us saying he does not feel safe. He's gotten threats from the Taliban. And so we have been in daily communication with him to help him figure out what he should do. And so with the messages that we're getting every day, it is absolutely critical that we understand the dangers and the fears that many of the Afghan people themselves face. I will say this, I think that our response to this crisis is going to define our generation. Not only do we have a moral imperative to do as much as we can to evacuate those who are vulnerable, but as they come into our communities, we have a responsibility to show up and welcome them into our communities, to speak up to our elected officials, to make sure that they understand that we want to be welcoming as well, and to really work within our church communities to show Afghans the love of Christ to them. I think many Afghans who are coming maybe have never met a Christian before, and many of them maybe have never seen a church building before. And as they enter into the United States, this is an incredible opportunity to be the hands and feet of Jesus.
That was Jenny Yang. You can find more of that conversation with Jenny on relevantmagazine.com, as well as ways you can help and get involved. All right, stay tuned. Up next, we're playing Epic Battle, Back to School Edition, Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
You're not done. You just broke up.
This week on Relevant Recommends, we're talking about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Marvel's first attempt to bring Kung Fu to its superhero movies also includes some important messages about families, and you can read all about it over at relevantmagazine.com.
Like the trees on our shore. All trees, cliffs lead away our knees.
You're listening to Men I Trust. The song is Oh Dove. Literally, those are the men I trust. That's it. Nobody else. Sorry, guys. Well, today's episode is brought to you by podcast creation platform Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor yet, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. First of all, it's free. There are custom tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will then distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and every major platform. The cool thing is you can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Okay, it is time for the triumphant return, part 2 of Epic Battle. I would buy a t-shirt that said Epic Battle with that font.
As long as it has lightning on it.
Yeah.
It has to
Of
have
course it
lightning.
would.
Of
It
course
has
it has
to.
lightning.
And again, that's the kind that you would see someone who owns an airbrush wizard van definitely rock. You know,
Yes.
epic battle. You know,
All right. So if you didn't hear last week's show, we brought you an epic battle, but it was an in-house epic battle. Derek and Jamie weren't part of it. So we wanted to continue it with the full cast. And so it's a back to campus edition. Now, they're not all back to campus scenarios, but there's just a little peppering of back to campus on this epic battle edition. So let's see. Let's do the teams. Tyler's back. He's joining us. Welcome back, Tyler.
Hey.
All right. So the teams are going to be Jamie and Jesse, be thinking of your team name, versus Tyler and Derek, the two comic book nerds. Be thinking of your team name. Jesse and Jamie, what's your team name?
I mean, I kind of feel like, are we the airbrush wizard fans, Jamie? Or
I think so.
Airbrush Wizard Vans?
That's right. That's right. A van.
Airbrush Wizard Vans.
A van,
Okay.
a large old van with an airbrush wizard on the side of it with someone who owns a lot of heavy metal teeves and occasionally is forced to sleep in the back of it.
And because it's a van, they can go to the front lines of hurricanes and do accurate reporting. So
There we
that's a mobile studio.
We do all of it.
Okay, versus Tyler and Derek, what's your team name?
Derek, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of thinking we name ourselves after your favorite band, Joy Division.
I think you should name it after a Joy Division song. Which one's your favorite?
Yeah, I was going to say, if it's a Joy Division song, Derek will go ahead and name
the
one.
favorite Joy Division song. Yeah. Well, that's the name. The favorite, we're the favorite Joy Division songs.
Yeah, the favorite Joy Division songs. Okay. All right. So that's good. So the premise of Epic Battle is, the internet is full of arguing. Thor is better than Hawkeye and stuff like that. And then, we just thought we would have a
Why the
format
voice got to be like that, though?
There are no white people in the Bible.
There are white people in the Bible. No, there's not white people in the Bible. So we figured we would bring those internet arguments onto the show and just settle it once and for all. That's Epic Battle. So here you go. I'm going to give you guys two opposing things and then a scenario that they will be engaging. You will tell me debate style who wins, and we will determine, Clark and I will determine the winner based on your arguments. All right. So up first, the Airbrush Wizard Vans, you are going to be doing the Arizona State University mascot, Sparky the Sun Devil. And favorite Joy Division songs, you guys will have the Ohio State University Brutus the Buckeye. Okay, the two mascots. This is a mascot battle between the Sun Devil and the Buckeye. And what we want to know is who would win the student body election and why? Between those two mascots, who would win the student body election at college between?
So
Sparky
we got you said we got Sparky or Brutus?
No, you got Brutus the Buckeye. You guys are Brutus the Buckeye from Ohio State.
Bro, I'm from Michigan, bro. Like, how is you know?
You can't throw Ohio State
I don't write the rules of the game. I just read it out. You can thank your teammate for this one. All right. So up first, Airbrush Wizard Vans. Tell me why Sparky the Sun Devil would win in the student body presidential election.
Jamie, you got a take here?
No, I want to hear yours, Jesse.
I mean, listen, I think it's just pretty obvious. I mean, this one doesn't even seem hard. If you're going to go to a party and you find out that the party's host is really into the sun and is kind of a devil, that party's going to be a good time. It might not be the most wholesome party, but if I'm a college student looking to mix it up, a sun devil, what is Brutus? What is he like? Supposed to represent?
He's a Buckeye.
He's a Buckeye.
He's a nut with a body.
That sounds fun.
Sounds like a real gas. Sounds like just a rager. One day I'll look back on this and they'll make I'll look back on what a wild time. They'll make Seth Rogen will make a frat movie about that one night I hung out with a Buckeye. Come on now, it's Sun Devils all the way. This is low hanging fruit here.
All right, favorite Joy Division songs. What's your rebuttal? Why would Ohio State University's Brutus the Buckeye win the student body presidential election?
First of all, his name is Brutus. You can't tell me Brutus ain't a cool name like somebody you want to kick it with, bro. Like, Brutus got a whole kick. You know what I'm saying? Brutus definitely got a whole kick. He probably go cow tipping and probably do some crazy stuff. So, like, I'm trying to party with somebody named Brutus. But then at the same time, you gotta ask yourself, do you really want to party with the devil? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it is the devil. Like, you're gonna be the one that's gonna take the L at the end of the day, for sure. I don't care if it's a sun
I'll
devil,
say this:
moon
you will
devil.
have a wild story to tell. Not like hanging out.
You won't get to tell it because you will be in hell. You will be in hell. You can't tell those parts, but nobody gonna party in hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not. It's not a game. He's setting you up. Like, he's, you know, the sun devil is actually the op, because he gonna be like, "Oh, come party with me. You can have everything that you want." But then guess what? At the end, you just
it's a trick.
get
You're going to
nothing.
hell.
It's a trick.
That's
you know
good.
what I'm saying? So Brutus is a frat boy with the striped shirt that you get to kick it with. You gonna get you can get some beers.
Those stories always end well. Those stories, hanging out with those types always ends well. Good point. Touche.
Right. Can we get one rebuttal, Cameron?
Yeah, Airbrush Wizard Vans. What's your rebuttal? This is your final rebuttal.
I think for me, like, if I'm thinking about like who I want to hang out with in college, Brutus has a really large head. And to me, that feels like it would be just a downer for all the car rides, all the partying. Like, you got to always accommodate his big head coming around. And so that's another thing. And then Sparky's got that pitchfork. And I'm just telling you, can you imagine more fun than what you could do with this pitchfork? Like, you just fight off all the bad guys. Like, I'm here for this.
I have one more rebuttal
It's
too.
a party.
I got one more rebuttal. This is a student
It's a
council
student body
election.
Jamie. What kind
This
of
is a student. No, listen. No, I like Jamie's
You guys
point.
have been talking about partying the whole time. Who you want to party with?
I mean, that's who wins college.
It's
That's
a
who wins
popularity
college
contest. I think that's where they're going.
Do you want the president of your class to be the devil?
Hey, listen. All I know is this: is if this is a student body election and this takes place in Arizona, I can guarantee you, at the very least, it will be an accurate election. I can't say that for Ohio. I know that they will drag out a recount for. I will get the cyber ninjas all up in here for months and months and months to ensure that we win this election. So, you guys can. I don't know if I trust Ohio, but I know here in Arizona how we do things is even if we lose, we'll find a way. We'll find a way.
All right. Favorite Joy Division song. What's your final rebuttal? And then we'll choose the winner.
Yeah. Okay. So really fast here. I'm just going to, first of all, shout out OH. Love or but love Ohio State. We're pulling for you. Second, I'm just I'm not a big sports guy, so I'm looking at these pictures of Sparky the Sun Devil, and this man has a tiny little mustache, and he has that tiny little goatee. This devil, the devil, has the facial hair of somebody. When you see this person, you're like, preemptive arrest. I don't know what it is. I don't know what he did, but this man needs to be in jail. Jail, like capital jail. Like, you need to go away before you're a danger to yourself and others. That's just what you think when you see a guy with this. And we haven't even gotten to the horns yet. Jamie brought up the pitchfork. I'm not sure that's a point in his favor. I feel like, if anything, I don't want my student body president to be armed with walking around campus with a spear. So that's all on top of him being the devil. So yeah, Brutus can't totally tell what he is.
Every voting machine here for bamboo.
Clark, who convinced you the most? Who wins? Is it Airbrush Wizard Vans or favorite Joy Division song?
Man, I'm gonna have to say, my gut's telling me that Brutus is for the people.
That's right.
So
Airbrush Wizard Vans. No. I'm sorry. That's your favorite Joy Division song.
Hey, guess what, Clark? We'll still find a way. All
right, moving it on. Okay, Airbrush Wizard Vans. For this round, you have college dropout era Kanye West. Okay. Favorite Joy Division song, you have Donda era Kanye West. And the competition between the two Kanye West eras is the Milk Crate Challenge. Who would do better at the Milk Crate Challenge? Yeah. Donda era Kanye or college dropout era Kanye? Up first, favorite Joy Division song. You're up first.
Want me to run with this one first, Derek?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got this.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, I do got this. And I'll tell you why I got this. So Donda era Kanye. He has been doing a lot of. This man has been living in athletics and giant and he's been training, obviously, going up and down lots of stairs all day, every day. He has been staging very elaborate sort of performance. He's hoisted himself up to heaven, as far as I can tell. He is probably in his peak physical condition of his life right now, given all of the excess art that he is doing in addition to the album itself. He is probably, I think this era of Kanye West could kick any previous era of Kanye West butts in like a boxing match or something. So he could certainly handle the crate challenge better than he could have as a young man when he was more focused on the music itself.
All right, Airbrush Wizard Vans, why would the college dropout era Kanye West do better at the Milk Crate Challenge?
Well, this one's, I've watched a tremendous amount of Milk Crate challenges and documented the virtues of different techniques. And what I've noticed is it is more an activity of speed. The people who go try to run up that thing and get back down, those are the people who are making it. The people who take their time, guess what happens? Every time they get to that top one and they start, the death wobble starts, and the next thing you know, they fall directly on their spine. Okay?
Right.
Like, Donda era Kanye West just released a 2-hour album. Okay, he's taking his time. He's letting things breathe. That doesn't translate to Milk Crate. Okay, it's a game of speed and of confidence. And if there's one thing that college dropout era Kanye knew, it was how to get in and out of a song and how to do it with confidence. You just up and down the Milk Crates.
Made a hit, moved on.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Donda era, man, I don't care if he's got a bulletproof vest on his side. He's still up on that top of the Milk Crate, just swaying back and forth, waiting for a catastrophic shoulder dislocation. That's all I'm saying.
You literally, I literally look at these pairings and think, I have no idea how they'll come up with an angle on this one. And Jesse, every time you come up with an angle that I did not see coming. All right.
It's good.
I have a worthless gift.
Favorite Joy Division song. Why, Derek, why rebuttal the Donda era Kanye would be better at the Milk Crate Challenge?
You want to talk about confidence. You want to talk about confidence.
That's right. That's true.
Are we really going to talk about the confidence of a man that rebuilt a house in the middle of Chicago and brought two of the biggest, most canceled people and sat right between them and he's been touring the country with an album that's not even out. Like he is touring, he's in arenas and he just standing there. He not saying nothing. He not talking to nobody. He just standing there. You want to talk about confidence. That's some real confidence. On top of that, do you really want to test the resolve of a man that set himself on fire to get something done? This man set himself on fire at the end of a concert. That's some confidence, and it's some resolve. Oh, and if you want to talk about an album, you got to literally test a man that is just like the other Kanye from College Dropout. He was meticulous about records. He's like, yo, everything has to be in a perfect place. This man, Kanye, just gave you 27 demos, a 2.5 hour long demo tape for the whole world to hear. You want to test the resolve of that man? I'm not testing the resolve of that man. I think he gets over those crates. And it may take him 2.5 hours, but he's gonna get over it.
And he's just going like this the whole time. Donda. Okay, go ahead.
Cameron, I have a rebuttal.
All right, final rebuttal. Yeah.
Final rebuttal is, I
Jamie.
think we need to remember what the question here. The question is not, can a man set himself on fire? The question is not, can a man tour without an album out? The question is, can Kanye West at 44 years old get over the challenge, or can Kanye at 27?
I think he's 42. I think you gave him a couple years.
I just looked up Wikipedia.
Oh, he's 44. Okay.
Then,
I'm wrong.
Okay, 42, 44. You know, I'm 43. It feels the same as it did last year.
You're playing the youth and agility versus age and wisdom angle.
When I was 27, you know what worked better in my body? My knees, my balance, my back, everything. Now, 44, I don't care if you're setting yourself on fire. You got to be able to work your body to get over this challenge. And so I think it's not a matter of how good of an artist you are. This is an age thing.
And listen, I'm not, I think that is a fantastic point. I've never done formal gymnastics, but last time I checked, it's probably not advisable to have a full ski mask that covers both your eyes and your mouth and your nose while attempting a feat of agility. I'm just saying. I don't care how bedazzled it is.
So you're saying if he's doing the milk crate challenge, he's in his ski mask.
This is
he
a
hasn't taken it off in like 6 months.
This is a wash. This man was wearing polo shirts and sunglasses with lines through them. So the vision and athletic wear, we just gonna throw that out the window, bro. Bro had on some sunglasses with lines going through them. Couldn't nobody see through them things looking stupid walking down the street. We not even gonna talk about that. But what we are gonna say is, let's look at LeBron James. LeBron James is one of the top 5 basketball players in the league.
Like his wines.
Let me remind you,
he is in basketball years. He might as well be your grandfather. So if we're talking about agility, you could. The thing with the crate challenge is when you watch them, like a lot of these young dudes, they like real like, all right, I got this, whatever. But when you get older, you're more focused.
Let's make sure we're not comparing Kanye and LeBron, though. Let's get that out in the air, too.
I'm just saying, did you see him lifting weights on the live stream of him? Like, bro has been training. No, I'm talking about Kanye West. And at the same time, he can hire people like LeBron, people like Steph Curry, people like Serena Williams. The other Kanye was broke. He was working at the Gap. College dropout. This Kanye can hire the best. Kanye can hire the best trainers in the world. College dropout Kanye.
Probably a little more stable crates. Yeah, interesting.
Jamie, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this real quick.
Who would you rather fight?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna say this.
Would you rather fight a man with a bulletproof vest on or a man with some weird polo shirts on and some jacked up glasses? You gonna fight the polo shirts, man.
Now listen.
Real question is who would win in a student body election contest, like Donda or college dropout?
I'd give that. I'd give that one to drop out Kanye, but we're not talking about that
because
all right.
I will say this. I've seen it, through the couple years of doing this podcast with Derek. We've had very passionate conversations on many topics. I have learned from one of our hangout sessions in Wyoming that if LeBron James enters the conversation, just back out because Derek is not going to lose. He's not going to lose. This is a rare time where I can see. If LeBron James comes up in any context, Derek's going to win this thing. I have learned that firsthand.
Who won the argument? Is it Airbrush Wizard Bands for College Dropout era, or is it favorite Joy Division song for Donda era Kanye in the Milk Crate Challenge?
Man, I sort of feel like Donda Kanye has a little bit less to lose than College Dropout Kanye, so I'm going with Donda Kanye.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow,
Dear
Donda Kanye.
You know what he has left to lose? An orthopedic appointment afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, but he's already made all his records though, so he's good, right?
Movement of his legs. You're right. That's
what he has to lose.
Derek, you carried us there.
We'll tap out right there. We'll just keep this epic battle thing going in future weeks, but we'll tap out there.
And I had to come back with a blast, baby. It was 2-0. I had to come back.
Swept.
I had to come back with a blast, baby.
Donda,
you know what I'm saying?
swept Donda.
Many thanks to Jenny Yang for joining us today. Make sure to check out relevantmagazine.com for more information on how to help Afghan refugees. Well, before we wrap up, I want to mention a couple things. Starting Tuesday, don't forget, the day after Labor Day, we will be back to 2 shows a week. We've got a lot of great content in store, some amazing guests in the pipeline. And, why not just double the pleasure, double the fun, double mint, 2 episodes a week. So make sure to tune in every Tuesday and Friday from now on. All right. And also, don't forget, check out the Relevant homepage where you can sign up for our daily newsletter, bringing you the top 5 trending stories at Relevant every morning. And also head over to the Face section and check out Deeper Walk, our daily devotional presented by Lumo. It is an awesome way to start the day. You can sign up right there to get it in your inbox, or you can just read it there on the site as well. Okay, well, on that note, we will wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Jamie Ivey.
I'm Derek Miner.
And we will see you on Tuesday, everybody. Have a great holiday weekend. Happy Labor Day. Happy end of summer. We'll see you on Tuesday. Don't forget.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
You better not misreport this! You better not misreport this!
Relevant Podcast Network.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.